Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm your host, Amanda Lamb. It's one thing to mispronounce the name of a colleague or a new friend, but what about mispronouncing the name of the highest elected official in the state of North Carolina? Well, I hate to tell you, that's exactly what we've all been doing for a very long time. State government reporter Travis Fain discovered this and decided to set the record straight. He joins us in this episode with what he learned. Travis, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so don't tell us right away about the mispronunciation, what it is, but tell us how you figured this out because, we're journalists. We're supposed to know this stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been covering the governor for, 6 years. And the first time I heard it pronounced this different way, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I was sitting in a courtroom, and an attorney for the governor, and also a longtime friend, acquaintance of the governor's, he kept alternating the way he said it. He would say it, Roy Cooper, on some uses, and then he would say it this kind of slightly different way, but it was enough different that I noticed it. And so I asked him about it afterwards. He said, "Oh yeah, it's kind of apparently like in Eastern North Carolina. The governor's from Nash County, and
right.
and that's how it was pronounced when he was a young man."
Okay, so have at it. What is the proper pronunciation?
So I can't straight up just do it. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get it right as I try to do it. But what the governor told me when I asked him about this, you have to say, so instead of Cooper, you start with the sound from foot, the sound from foot. So foot, coot, coop. I can't do it.
Well, see, I heard it because you played me the video, and I heard cupper. I heard cooper.
That's close. Yeah.
Like a U instead of two O's, maybe.
That's close, but because cupper is kind of like how I've been like shorthanding it. And he said, yeah, nice try.
Kind of.
The governor says, like, my favorite version of Roy Cooper, and forgive me for continuing to pronounce, he said it's fine. He doesn't care. But is like the kind of a little bit tired professor, and he got into
like
that mode.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about his reaction after the break. Welcome back to the WRAL Daily Download. So you asked him, you said, hey, we've all been pronouncing this wrong. The media, citizens, probably people he works with in state government. What did he say about that?
He said, that basically when he was a young man before he went off to college, they pronounced it one way and he went to college and nobody could pronounce it that way. And they all said Cooper, so he just let it ride. It has never bothered him. It's not like he was complaining, I brought this up. He didn't bring this up. But yeah, we all have friends or we're from places where things kind of shift over the years, and eventually you just kind of say, all right, that's fine.
You just kind of go with it.
And you just kind of go with it. Especially when you're, it's interesting to me because polling shows that he's the best known political name in North Carolina politics, and yet we don't really know his name. When I asked him about it, I thought he would say, oh, there's multiple ways to pronounce it. But no, he's like,
no,
it's supposed to be
this
the other way.
One. Yeah. Cupper. Yeah. Okay. So he goes home, and I wonder if everybody's calling him by that name, not the way we pronounce it, or his extended family.
At least some close people who've known him for his whole life. Yeah, it's going to be different when they talk to him. And again, I wish I could just I'm telling you folks at home, it is harder than I thought it would be. It's this
cupper
schwa sound. And
did he give you any phonetic tips on it?
Yeah, he said, say foot. And I said foot. And he said, all right, now do it with a C. And I said, cut.
I think I got it. Cooper.
Cupper.
Not cupper, but Cooper.
I think you are as close as I've heard anybody who wasn't him or his attorney.
We're going to have to send a link to the show and, see if I got it. If I.
Yeah, you should try spelling it phonetically. And, like we went round and round about how to do that.
Okay, Cooper. So, it's interesting because you are a longtime reporter. You've done a lot of investigations. You've covered state government. Like you said, you've covered him for 6 years. Did it surprise you to find out something like this? It's not, the norm to say, wait a minute, we've been saying this wrong all along.
It surprised me a little bit, but not a ton. Everything has to be re-examined from time to time when you're a journalist, and you never quite know anybody. And so it's kind of in line with that, where it's just, if you sit and you listen, you will learn new things. I don't care how long you've been doing something.
Yeah, and we all move at the speed of light, especially in this industry. And so sometimes we fail to be aware. So this was just really a case of you being aware. Now, here's the big question. After the story, do you think people will start calling him something other than Governor Cooper?
I don't think I will, because I you've heard me like just fail to say this. I can't get my tongue to do that. Luckily, I just call him Governor.
There you go.
And just leave it at that. And I mean, he's only got another year in office, so I guess I'll get to call him Roy after that. And
there you go.
That's simple enough, and certainly a good North Carolina name.
Do you think, I mean, honestly, if we said it the way he's saying to say it, people would be like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And especially on TV when we're so conscious of how we pronounce everything.
Right. For a little while, I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this story. I hate to make everybody, all of our anchors and everyone change this thing, and I can't even say it myself. So.
Okay. Well,
but again, the governor's a good sport about this.
Yeah.
I mean, you call him whatever you want. He's about to finish up his second term at the end of 2024.
I'm sure he's been called a lot of things that are a lot worse that he would like to forget.
I bet some things that we will not say or spell phonetically on this show.
No, we will not put them on a podcast or on TV. Well, anyway, thank you for that levity, and thank the governor for being a good sport about his name. Appreciate it, Travis. This has been the WRAL Daily Download, a production of WRAL News. Check out my new true crime podcast from WRAL Studios. The Killing Month, August 1978, details the investigation into the serial murders carried out by a band of outlaw brothers in Pennsylvania. Find the show wherever you get your podcasts. As always, thanks for listening.